Hey, what's happening, my fellow peeps and peepettes, and welcome back to the Spotlight Reviewing Station. And today I'm bringing you the exciting, long-awaited arrival of Jakks Pacific's brand new Sonic the Hedgehog action figure line. And today we are looking at Sonic, Tails, Shadow, and Knuckles bendy figures. Yay! We're going to start off by taking a look at the packaging. As partake of every single video review on this channel. Up close in your face. And here we have Sonic the Hedgehog. Our iconic character. The main character from the franchise. Because why not? Anyway, there's Sonic. Look at that. Bendable, flexible, and big scam. Or at least that's what I thought it said originally, but it actually says Big Sam or something like that. I don't know, maybe it's French. Anyway, check that out. Spinnable discs included, and it's kind of weird that they don't come with the character that you're buying here. Whatever, let's keep going on. So we got Sonic the Hedgehog, the very awesome logo with Sonic's name. Jakks Pacific right there at the bottom. Let's turn it to the back here and get a good look at the back of the packaging. And there's a little bit of some information here. Fold, roll, spin, all that kind of stuff. Collect them all. So in this line, or should I say series 1, we've got Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, and Shadow. So we got Knuckles, and he comes with Tails' disc spinning thing, right? So there, Knuckles, Jakks. On the back, Knuckles. Showing off how this works. Yeah, okay, not much else to really say. Then Tails, then there's Amy. Yeah, maybe this is a hint at wave 2 of the bendy figures. Anyway, Tails, Jakks, back, Tails, spinning this for Amy. Pretty cool, right? So, there you go. Yep, there's that. And now we will take a look at Shadow. Sonic, Shadow, Sonic, yep, Shadow, Jakks, back, Shadow, Sonic, hogging up everything. No pun intended there, right? Anyway, here's the 4 of them from the side. You can see it. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and open these up. And here are the 4 figures out of packaging. And let's go ahead and get to the obvious here. These are bendy figures. They're not really action figures. You can't really pose them that well. I'd like to address that these are some really nicely sculpted figures. They look just like their video game models. That's all I could really ask for coming from the design of these. I'm very grateful they didn't go with the Sonic Boom design. So anyway, let's go ahead and get a close-up look at these figures. So here is Sonic, and once again, very nice. Looks just like his video game model. Pretty good paint job. There is some sloppiness in some areas, and there's a little bit of some scuffing here on his spike, but I'm sure you can see it all on camera, so I don't have to really point it out to you. Regardless, though, I like the fact that his hand here is actually sculpted in a thumbs up pose. Yeah, again, a ball joint for the heads. See? They pop off very easily since it's all made of rubber here, but you don't want to be too rough on it because they are a little hard to get back into place, and you might stress the rubber and it could rip over time. Like for instance over here at the back of his shoulder, there is a little bit of some stretch marks showing, and I've only bent his arms around just a couple of times just to see the test and the quality of this, how much it can actually hold up. And apparently it's not much, because if you go about messing with the arms here, since they are actually painted in that skin tone color, you do run the risk of chipping them. As you can see, as I'm bending the arm here, it's revealing the color of the rubber underneath. But if I bend it back into its normal position, it does tend to go away. As you can see, it's gone. Right. So anyway, Uriel articulation, let's go to it. It's basically 5 points of articulation, kind of, sort of. So again, you have a ball joint at the head, and then you've got a bendy wire at the shoulders and the legs, so you can move them in any range you want as long as it's possible. That's about as much as you can get inward and outward, like that. And then you can bring it up just a little bit, but that's about as far as it goes. And then the legs can move up about that much, and they can go back about that much, so it's not much. And you cannot really pull off a JCVD split. There's absolutely no way you're going to get these legs to go all the way out. So unfortunately, I have to post it. Anyway, that's pretty much Sonic. There are some fragile bits on him because, again, everything's made out of rubber here. Like, his nose could probably rip off very easily if you are not careful. And his tail could probably do the same thing because of how thin it is as well. And standing up Sonic is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. Wow. What do you know? Making me a liar again. Okay, fine. He's standing up. That's all that matters. Right, let's take a look at his little buddy, Tails, now. And Tails, unfortunately, has the drawback with the fact that his tail here is glued in one position. You cannot rotate this around, so it's always up in the air. But thank goodness the tails are not so heavy, so he can actually lean forward just a little bit, and it will be enough to balance out the weight. So that's a good thing, even though he's never really going to be looking straight forward. Right, so anyway, there is a bendy wire on the inside of the tail, as you can tell by the holes here. The only problem is this is some very thick rubber that you are not going to be able to get to that bendy wire. It's not going to budge. And if you try it, you're going to run the risk of ripping his tail off. But then I guess you could actually glue it in the right position, so you wouldn't have this problem anymore. So I guess that would be a positive, right? Yeah, you do it to your figure if you want. Anyway, taking a look at his head, you can see his eyes are painted nicely forward, so there are some issues with some toy companies out there that can't paint their eyes looking straight ahead, which is weird, but hey, they got it right, so nice work there, Jakks Pacific. And yeah, again, a ball joint at the head, and then you've got your little bendy wires on the inside of these arms here, so you can actually get more flex out of Tails than you could get with Sonic. So there's something good. And there doesn't seem to be any stress marks showing here. It is a good thing because there's no cracking around the arms either. And you can get the legs move up and back about that much. And there you go. I'm not going to bother posting a JCVD quality here, so we'll just leave it at that. One is good enough in this video. Yeah. Well, if he falls over, he falls over. Hold him, Sonic. Anyway, here's Knuckles now. And Knuckles looks really good. Probably one of the best figures to come out of Wave 1. As you can see, I mean, that's definitely Knuckles. It looks really nice. And once again, clean paint job for the eyes and the mouth. And his little crest symbol there on the chest looks good. Paint job on his shoes look fantastic as well. There is some smudging in some areas, but hey, it's to be expected, because it's a problem that occurs with every single Sonic line. Anyway, articulation on him is a little bit absent at the head, even though he does have the ball joint. Unfortunately, his quills get in the way, as always, with any Knuckles action figure. But you can kind of fight it. And then you gotta work it back around the shoulders, but it is there. His hand is bent in a position where it's not going to be straight. I guess it's glued that way, because these are actually separate pieces. The shoes and the gloves are actually separate pieces that are actually super glued down. Makes me wonder why they didn't just have a swivel joint there. It would have helped with the posing of these figures. But anyway, as I go about testing all this, you will notice that they did actually paint, or not paint, but they sculpted the bottom of his shoes there. That's actually nice. It looks good. Right, so there's Knuckles. He doesn't really have any problem standing up because he doesn't have that much weight to his head, because it doesn't stick out as far as Sonic or Shadow or even Tails' tails, right? So last but not least, Shadow. This figure does look good at the head and the body, but the in-between those two, the obvious eyesore, the neck. Yes, there is no resolution to this. You cannot push this down. It will not go any further down. You can drill a hole in him, or I mean you can drill a bigger hole, and then you can resolve that problem yourself, but I'm not going to do it. You do it if you want. But I will say at least it does allow him to move his head up and down just a little bit more than any of the other figures here. So he's got a lot of free range at the head because of the long neck. But outside of that, pretty much your same points of articulation, just like the other bendy figures here. And this feels a little loose, but it doesn't really rotate either. Anyway, there you go. They did actually sculpt the bottom of his shoes. That's pretty cool. Did not expect that. He does have the red striping on his legs. Also around his arms, right there. And then, of course, He's got the nice red striping for his spikes. Right, spines, whatever you want to call them. Some people call them spines, I call them spikes. It is what it is. A little bit of some touch-up that needs to be done around the eyes. As you can see, the red is chipping away. This side is okay. Eyes are nicely painted forward, as you can see. No problem there. I do appreciate that. But it seems that the white fur around his chest is sloppy. Yeah, I'm going to have to touch that up if I want to. So as for accessories with these figures, we get these little Sprite mini figures, because that's what exactly they are. Just little mini figures. So it's like you're getting 2 in 1 set for $10. So you really can't complain about it. Let's go ahead and take a look at these. Starting off with an odd one, Amy. So Amy came with tails. Reasons being, I have no idea. Maybe this could be a hint of what's to come with wave 2 of these bendy figures. Here's Sonic that came with Shadow, I believe. So Shadow comes with Sonic, and Sonic just, you know, pretty much is the hog. And here's Knuckles that came with Sonic. Odd choice of characters to come with who. But, yeah. And here's Tails that comes with Knuckles. So, yep. It is what it is. Sprites taken from video games. They are what they are. Little mini figures that you really can't do much with. But the play value is there. All you gotta do is take the stand off here and flip in the body. And take his spike and flip that in as well. And now you've got yourself a little spinning disc of Murder Death. And you can probably take out, I don't know, some of Eggman's robots if you had any. But I don't have any right now. So let's try and take out Sonic. Wow, look at that. It actually worked. Oh, and it took Tails. So, okay, that's pretty much the play value out of these things. I was hoping maybe I wouldn't have to bring the body out. I'm not going to do that. Just getting back to standing. Anyway, so that's everything that you get out of these 4 figures here. And they're okay. Again, they're bendies. I mean, that's about as much as you're going to get out of the play value on this stuff. It's really sad they didn't come with any accessories. Like, I would have preferred if Knuckles came with his Master Emerald. Maybe we could have got a little bonus pack with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. I don't know, Sonic could have came with some golden power rings. And Tails could have came with his computer. And Shadow, here's your damn 4th Chaos Emerald, unless that's the wrong color. I mean, the scale on them's pretty good. I mean, here's Mario for a size comparison. So I'll bring in Luigi here, and I'll try to get Sonic to stand back up, so you can get an idea of them up close. And there you go. I mean, that's pretty much that. It's a bummer here, because, you know, this is my dream right here. These two, displaying them would be fine, but if you want to pose these figures next to each other, you can't him. It's not gonna work. They're in a place where they need to spruce this up. They need to correct some stuff. They need to give us some real action figures. I'm fine with these being bendies, but I really want to see some improvement. I've got nothing to say about the paint job and the sculpting. They're in the right direction with that stuff. But let's get some articulation. Let's get some accessories. Let's get some stands for these figures. Hey, and fix that neck. For crying out loud, that looks weird. But I digress. They're fine for the $10 price. If these were like $15 action figures, I would have returned them, tell you the truth. My point is, if you want these figures, go out and get them. The only place you can find them right now is Target. I don't know if they're going to be mass retail release. Who knows? Only time will actually tell. But that's going to do it. There's not much else to say about this. Sorry to cut it off like that. I'll try to throw some bonus up at the end of this video just to make up with the fact that this was a long one and a little disappointing in the end. So questions or comments, you know what to do. Hit it down below in the comment section of the video. If you liked today's video review, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to give me a sub up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. Don't forget to throw in the towel. And until then, my friends, it's the unprofessional toy reviewer, Red's Power, signing off by saying when the opportunity persists, don't give up on your dreams, seize the moment, and thank you for watching.